I ride. So much on my mind, just trying to catch a vibe. Thinking about my people, it seems they all blind. They thinking they know the truth, but no, not up to 12. Try. Some say we a nation that's built up on tribulation. Some say we was taken and put in this situation. I say honestly, man, it's a little bit of both. Just take it from a nigga who parents native and Haitian. White folks stole my people's land, but we gon' take it back, cause the Most High put the power in our hands. Yeah, we going straight reprimand, cause the people did us dirty and never got punished. From here to France, they out here preaching peace, but to us ain't none given. Convince us to protest, but disregard how we living. Well, soon y'all gon' know how we feeling. Yeah, how is coming back to prove to you that you ain't been forgiven. I'ma break it to you now that with this joint ain't no hook. The aristocrats on the mic pushing them words like a book. I'm anointed and I'm a saint and I got these niggas shook. I'm a Danite prince of the power and I can't be forsook. I think it's unfortunate that y'all couldn't face the facts. You so confused, you can't seem to break down Romans and Acts. When I teach, y'all got me losing all of my patience. Hear the word Israelite and then it turns to Galatians. Honestly, y'all need to do some investigating. My people acknowledge but still fighting for education. Broke them shackles off of my mind and set me free. Now, Father, y'all got me thinking immortal relation. Try and wake y'all up, but you suckers being complacent. Shot that nigga in the street, but how you grew up's adjacent. Take a nigga life for a little bit of wealth just to spend that shit and move back into your mama basement. Now you become a Muslim so that your life don't get taken. Boy, assalamu alaikum, bean pies, green eggs, and bacon. Allah just a title, not the name of the Most High. You a Israelite, soon to be seeing revelation. Hey, now they saying the prince is lyrical. I'm ruling this thing, but it ain't nothing empirical. Yahweh shots at the comforter, got me feeling spiritual. Yasha Allah on the rise, I ain't even hit the pinnacle. Hey, y'all know ain't too many better than I start watching on this mic, I even got a letterman. Skills concrete solid, I ain't talking settlement. Reppin' the Anointed House, man, you know we killing it. Hey, this time around, y'all better get a ticket. This young hit a bomb like the 96 Olympics. Mess with the men of the Lord, might end up in the clinic. We taking the kingdom soon, 1 hour, 0 minutes.
We the top, thank the Father for the prophets. Know the nation steady waiting for the day that we would drop. All these nations gotta pay for what they did to Yasha all. Maybe we could wait the people take this thing out to the block. We the new gold. I bet they knew that when they took you to your new home. That we the princes of the power, cause we wrestle with these spirits and we come out on top. This with that black and brown masquerade. God, we amazing and I'm not a mason, but the bricks is laid up in arrangement. Yep, young black in my backpack, dangerous, mixing in some flavor with these scriptures, now we baking. Took too long for reparations and restoration. All black, everything from start to revelation. Snatching masters from the masses, this is battle rap. Taking all them patents back and bringing blackness back. Imagine Tulsa 23, who land we building on? Why you plotting, keep the milk at home? Why you popping, keep your slippers on? That's how we do on my side. Keep it in the family and you know we keep it in the tribe. Yahweh on my side, we a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Keep it in the tribe. Yahweh on my side, we a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Keep it in the tribe. Yahweh on my side, we a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Keep it in the tribe. Yahweh on my side, we a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Trying to let the spirit guide. How you waiting on that same man that changed you to raise you? That's like waiting on that coach that never played you to play you. The only thing to do is play you. They used to call up fire trucks to spray you. Now they playing music on your radio. Your ops pull up the spray. Playing that same music them artists ain't getting paid to do. Now you bought a chain, you shining hop out the rain. Some brothers pull up and bang, they drop and snatching your chain, dude. Did we ever break free from the slavery? Too many lives lost, too many laid them seas. They put insurance on my brothers, see the dotted lines. You lose your soul when you sign, gotta keep it in the tribe. Yahweh on my side, we a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Keep it in the tribe. Yahweh on my side, we a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Keep it in the tribe. Yahweh on my side, we a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Keep it in the tribe. Yahweh on my side, we a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Let the spirit guide. We the top, thank the Father for the prophets. Know the nation steady waiting for the day that we would drop. All these nations gotta pay for what they did to Yasha all. Maybe we could wait the people take this everything out to the block. Get some signs, get a spot. We aligning with my pops. We the only people crying that the violence need to stop. Taking brothers out the hood, now we shining on your block. Many only thing can stop us is my God. Keep it in the trap. Yahweh on the side. We a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Keep it in the tribe. Yahweh on my side. We a bunch of young kings trying to let the spirit guide. Let the spirit guide.
I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observing. Steam my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. What you mean? I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observing. Steam my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. I'm standing right here, you can crucify me. I'll forever be a voice for the voiceless. Hang with the Lord, you can get on. Hang some of my haters, who they put on. Do this for the Lord, we don't put on. And we lay down the blueprint, and we following the red print. Put a blue letter, re-reference. No blood or crips, y'all brothers repent. You know the vibes when we bump shows. No, we going up, but don't speak on. Know what I'm on in real time. And we too lit for lies. The box they living lies. Don't need your criticize. Never met him one time, but my name in his mind. Why most I gotta remind to stop the COVID, they wild. I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observe. Steam my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observe. Steam my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. Yo.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music, what up, black music, black music, what up, black music, black music, black music.
Yo, shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, Cap.
How brothers feeling this morning, man?
Doing good, out of wine, doing good. Shalom, shalom, shalom. 12 tribes scattered abroad, man. Welcome to another Barber Sharp Talk. We in the building again, man. Going to be talking about some things or whatever and bringing forth this truth as we normally do. My name is, of course, Soldier Kowal. I'm here with Adawan Shaquat. We got Josiah in the building, Shemaiah, Officer Shemaiah in the building. This is going to be a class just like last week, people. We love your interactions. We want to get some of your insights, experiences, any scriptures it is that you want to go ahead and actually put in the chat that we can actually bring up and read and discuss and bring forth for the class. But definitely interact with us, man. This is just like a normal talk. We're going to get some things out or whatever. We're going to talk about like things in regards to the state of the nation itself. And, we're going to keep it biblical, but it's kind of a casual talk, like, just casual talking or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So interact with us. We love you, Yasharala. Shalom. Hey, Adawan, let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Man, I love how this brother just kind of just took over. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I respect it, man. I respect it, let's go through the chat a little bit, to see who's in here. Let's see. Let's start at the top. Shalom, Sister Malka. Shalom to Sister, I think how you said Charlicia. Is that how you said? Charlicia. Adriana. Yehoshua. All right. Brother Keith. Shout out to Azariah. My brother Tank. What up, man? Brother James. My brother Barzayah. What up, man? Y'all come out to the city one time, man. Come out to the city. Happy New Moon to everybody. Some people celebrated it yesterday. We're gonna do ours today. Yosefrina, shalom. Right. I was supposed to hook up with the brothers yesterday from the refiners in BOW, but I had some issues that I couldn't get out of. But shout out to them brothers. Let me see what else. Yeah, we're gonna be talking some casual talk, little worldly stuff, and then also keeping it biblical. Brother Aharon is usually up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm filling in for him today with the brothers. Let me put this on silent real quick. There we go. Normally Aharon's here. He got caught up in some stuff. Well, he didn't get caught up in some stuff, but he had to take care of some business today, and he asked me to step in. As a captain, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm a little unprepared. This was last minute, but we're gonna move in the spirit, and we're gonna see where the spirit leads us today. We're gonna be talking about the requirements to be an Israelite, right? And I think we can talk about on both sides, men and women. I really want to drop the link in the chat because I want a woman's perspective. If they feel comfortable coming up here and explaining what they think, what's a requirement for women to be an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Or any brother that wants to come up. Matter of fact, that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to drop the link in the chat. Give me 1 second. I mean, what y'all think? Should I drop the link or just have them type it in the chat?
Hey, I would say go ahead and put it in the chat. Let some of the brothers and sisters probably come on up, and like I said, just to share a couple of thoughts or whatever and experiences. But even if not, y'all don't want to come in and speak, online or whatever, then please, by all means, drop some things in the chat, man. We're definitely observing those things. So, but yeah, I think that would be good.
Yeah, I'll say drop the link.
Okay, Con, give me 1 second. Give me your thoughts on what it is to be an Israelite. Now, for the people that's in the room, that's trying to click the link to get some smoke, like we're not in that realm today. You know what I'm saying? We just discussing as brothers and sisters. I dropped the link, so if y'all want to, click the link, I'll see y'all in the background. And when we get to you, we'll get to you. But I think definitely what it takes to be an Israelite. The first thing we got to do is give me Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12, and it reads, "And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?"
So what's the requirement, right? That's the first thing. Moses is asking us, what is the requirement that the Most High God requires of us, right? Go ahead.
"But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul."
So when I say this all the time, when people ask, how you supposed to serve the Lord, you say to the best of your ability, and then they ask you, well, where does it say that at? Right there it says that if I'm serving the Lord with all my heart with all my soul, that is the best of my ability, right? So this is a requirement that we have to fear the Lord, love the Lord, walk in all his ways, right? Serve the Lord with all thy heart, with all thy soul. But how do we do that? Keep reading.
Verse 13, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
He says to keep the commandments of the Lord, right? And his statutes, which Moses commanded today for thy good. This is how we fear the Lord, we love the Lord, how we continue to serve the Lord with all our heart, with all our soul, right? That's the first step. You know what I'm saying? What y'all brothers think?
Give me Romans 12 and 10. I think this is the first thing we got to do.
It's the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 10, and it reads, be kindly affection one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another.
We got to get back to loving each other. We got to get back to seeing past faults. You know, we just got to be back to being bruised like we used to be. You know what I'm saying? That love and affection, being one against us against the world type mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because we have enemies. You know what I'm saying? So also give me Matthew 5 and 44.
Cool, I'll get that one. My Matthew 5 missing in this Bible.
I got you. This is the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 44. And it reads, but I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Jump to 46.
Verse 46. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same?
Keep going.
And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so?
So just only dealing with the people you deal with and not having brotherly love to everybody, just having brotherly love to certain people, you know, and we see that with camps, like only camps deal with certain camps, you know what I'm saying? So we got to get past that, you know what I'm saying? We really do, because that's really bad in Israel right now, you know what I'm saying? So I yell off that.
Actually, I wanted to let me back off that. Give me Sirach 28, and we'll get started. Get context. We'll start at verse 1. Right. So, you know, you're talking about brotherly love, and you know, there's two particular congregations or camps that I can think of that's whenever they see each other, it's always, you know, an issue, a problem. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna mention their names, but you know, they're two of the biggest camps or congregations or schools, whatever you want to call it, in our nation. You know what I mean? Go ahead and read that.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 28, starting at verse 1. He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord, and he will surely keep his sins in remembrance.
Come on.
Forgive thy neighbor the hurt that he hath done unto thee, so shall thy sins also be forgiven when thou prayest.
Right. So we talking about brotherly love. You know what I'm saying? We talking about brotherly love, and we have to be able to forgive our brother, right? No matter what happened in the past, you know, it becomes a salvation issue. You know what I'm saying? If we forgive our brother, it says that so shall thy sins also be forgiven when thou prayest, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. One man beareth hatred against another, and doth he seek a pardon from the Lord?
So it's not just with these camps, but his brothers in Israel, just in general, right? How do we sit here and have hatred for our brother and and then we try to ask the Lord for forgiveness. That's crazy, right? We try to ask the Lord for forgiveness, but we can't forgive what our brother said to us, or we got some type of animosity towards our brother because, you know, for whatever reason. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes there might be some valid reasons that you might just want to knock the dude out, right? Knock the brother out. But at the same time, like I said, it becomes a salvation issue at that moment. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Verse 4. He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself, and doth he ask forgiveness of his own sins.
Right. So just going into back what I was saying, like the brother is showing no mercy. You know, it's like me and, you know, one of the brothers up here, we have a conversation and the conversation just goes left. But from that point on, I can't stand Kawal, right? I can't stand Shemaiah. You know what I'm saying? And every time I see them, it's a problem. You know, read that one more time.
Verse 4. He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself, and doth he ask forgiveness of his own sins?
Right? They look like me. You know what I mean? And what I mean by they obviously, you know, I'm a little darker than them, right? But you know what I'm saying? I'm a little darker than them. But, you know, they go through the same struggles I go through every day, right? As a so-called black man here in America, you know, they go through the same struggles. They probably have the same issues I have, you know, and we hate each other, right? But then it say, and do if he asks for forgiveness of his own sins. Again, I can't hate my brother and then expect the Most High to forgive me for my sins, right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. If he that is but flesh nourisheth hatred, who will entreat for pardon of his sins?
Yep. Who's gonna entreat or who's going to forgive me for my sins because I hate my brother, right? Is that all I wanted? Remember, read verse 6.
Verse 6. Remember thy end, and let enmity cease. Remember corruption and death, and abide in the commandments.
Right. So he's basically saying, you know, remember everything that's been going on. Remember everything, all the problems that you and him have. But what did Christ say? Be angry and sin not, right?
Right.
Be angry and sin not. And that's pretty much what you're saying is keep the commandments, still love your brother, you know, still don't have hatred in your heart for your people. You know what I mean? Go to verse 7, the last verse right there.
Verse 7. Remember thy commandments, and bear no malice to thy neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the covenant of the highest, and wink at ignorance.
Right, and you got to wink at the ignorance that the brother might be presenting to you. You know what I'm saying? He might not know. Ignorant. A lot of people think that being ignorant is just like you being stupid. You know what I'm saying? Most people come. If I'm on the street and I'm saying, man, you just ignorant. They think, you know, link not working. Let me see. Let me try again.
Yeah, I'm about to tell you that.
Okay, let me try again. Hold up.
That coconut water, that's some good stuff, Kawal.
Hey, I got a whole case of it in the back.
There, try it out. Try that one right there. That link should work. But Salakia, read verse 7 one more time.
Remember the commandments and bear no malice to thy neighbor. Remember the covenant of the highest and wink at ignorance.
Right. So, like I said, people, if you're on the street or you just saying in general, you know, you ignorant, right? Most people take that as, you know, you calling them stupid. Nah, they just don't know, right? That's all it means is that they don't know a specific point, topic, whatever y'all talking about, right? And it says that remember the covenant of the highest. Now, keep this in mind. The Most High has forgiven us for our sins. We should all be put to death, right? Every last one of us that's watching this, We should all be put to death. But he remembered the covenant that he had with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? And he can't break his promises. So, we got to do the same thing. We got to remember that we have to forgive our brothers and sisters, right? So I'm gonna yield there.
Yeah, cause that's a salvation issue. Like that will keep you out of the kingdom of heaven for real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Sister Josephina, yeah, that's true. You got to have that bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And I would ask you, sister, like as a female, what do you think should be? I mean, what are requirements for a female Israelite in the truth? What do you think is some requirements? Because we need y'all. Like, we really need the females. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can be the greatest help to us.
Get Ephesians 5:22. I think this is definitely a requirement right here, man. And because man, you the precept king up here, man. So I need to hear some precepts coming from you, man. I think this is definitely a requirement right here, man. Ephesians 5:22.
And it reads, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband as unto the Lord.
Right? That's definitely a requirement because we know, there's order, right? We know there's order. Hey, Shalom Baziyah, I see you back there. I'll bring you up, brother. Turn your mic on.
Shalom.
Oh, shalom.
Shalom, man. Shalom. You cut your hair, brother?
Oh yeah, I got a little business in the front, party in the back.
Oh man, it's all right. No worries, man. No
yes,
worries.
sir.
Right.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Let me bring this out real quick. Where are you at? Yahweh said start at verse 20. Let's see what we're talking about. Go ahead, start at verse 20.
And it reads, giving thanks always for all things unto the Most High and the Father. It's like it's a God and the Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of the Most High.
Right, so we got to submit ourselves, right? Submit ourselves, men and women, brothers and sisters. But we married, we got to submit ourselves to the Most High, and the Most High got to be the number one focus in the household. Period. You know what I'm saying? The number one focus. Matter of fact, real quick, hey, I'm gonna do a cheap plug real quick, right? I don't know if y'all on Clubhouse, man, but there's a brother named Yahya Mavu, right? Brother Mavu, he wrote this book. It's a really good book. It's called Lead and Submit, right? He gives you like a biblical breakdown. Matter of fact, let me see if I can share my screen because I went to his website. Share screen. There we go, right here.
Hey, also, man, big shout outs to Adawan Malvu if he's out there listening, man. Last night he did a marvelous job in debating a topic with one of the Christians that came on stage in the Spirit and Truth class last night, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something about Adawan Malvu. He has like the smoothest voice in Israel. Like the brother sounds so calm and inviting. And it's like you can't really argue with the brother with his type of approach. He's not one of those type brothers that is like always up here. He's like very steady. He keeps things calm. So definitely shout out to Adawan Mavu, man. And the book is fire. Definitely.
So y'all see he got a book out. You can, if you want to support and purchase the book, I bought 2 of them actually to give to somebody else. But it's called Lead with Purpose, Submit with Strength, Honor God, right? And you can also, if you look right here, and go to the website, leadandsubmit.com, you can download the PDF for free, right? If you can't afford the book or, you're having a hardship or whatever, you can download the PDF for free. But this book, man, let me see if I can. So it's basically it's a biblical breakdown on what does a godly marriage look like, biblical examples of a husband, a biblical example of the role of the husband, examples of a wife and the roles of a wife. So he goes through scripture and he gives a breakdown of all that stuff. So this kind of ties into what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Let's show you what the brother looked like. Let's see. Scroll down, son. This is the brother and his wife right here. Yeah, if y'all can go check it out, you can download it for free. Right here at the top of the page, download the free PDF. You know, go support the brother. Leadandsubmit.com. All right. So, like I was saying, we have to submit to the Lord. The Most High needs to be the focus. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not the focus, then everything breaks down. You don't teach your wife, right? You're not leading your family properly. You guys aren't praying together. You know, at that point, the whole family structure just starts to break down if the Most High isn't the number one focus, right? Reverse. Go ahead.
Slack. Now go ahead with it, and I'll tie it in after you get done. My fault.
Read verse 22 one more time. Ephesians 5:22.
Yes, sir. And it reads, Ephesians 5, chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband, as unto the Lord.
Can't read.
Verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body.
And that's part of the order, right? We know in Corinthians it's the Most High, Christ, man, woman, and then you know the child, right? There's an order there. Keep reading.
Verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
In every way. Now, when it says submit, he's not talking about be a slave. You know what I'm saying? Some people, especially in this society today, in this society today, is you tell a woman to submit. I ain't trying to be his slave. I ain't trying to do all this stuff he asked me to do. And you know, there was a brother one time. I seen a little clip. He asked girls like on the like coming, I think it's from like a club or just random on the street. He might have been downtown or something. And he was like, if your boyfriend or your husband asked you to go make him a sandwich at 3:00 in the morning, would you do it? Hell no. He better get his ass up and go make it himself. And you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So the point is that there's structure and there has to be leadership, right? The woman can't be the leader. You know, they just don't work out that way, right? Read 25 and I'm gonna yield right there and let Bazial get on there.
Ephesians 5:25, and it reads, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Right. And the husbands got to love their wives too. It can't just be one-sided thing. You know, I was at a wedding not too long ago, man. And I said, look, as the man, you know, flirt with your wife. You know what I'm saying? Flirt with her, you know, tell her she look good. Look at you, babe, looking like a snack. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Flirt with your wife, you know, because shoot, if you don't have the what am I trying to say? If you don't have the Lord number one in your household, it can
destroy.
It can destroy the family, destroy your marriage, right? Because if you're not doing what a man is supposed to be doing, you know, giving her compliments, you know, flirting with her, you know, talking to her nice, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Another man can step in there. You know what I mean? So you always, number one, have the Lord first, you know, love your woman, love your wife, you know what I mean? And women do the same thing. You know, women flirt with your husband, you know, I was gonna say something, but no. Anyway, Bazial, go ahead, bro.
Hey man, take the mic from this man. I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking, man. Hey, Shabbat Shalom, man. All praise to the Most High. Happy New Moon for everybody celebrating. I'm tired of H. I know y'all got a certain platform. I'm tired, bro. I ain't been asleep yet, but I want to encourage brothers and sisters to get on. I'm a third shifter, so y'all like, why is it brother? So I'm usually asleep by now, but I just turned it on. I caught it. So yeah, I was like, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and get on and share a testimony of what.
Hell yeah.
What from my perspective it means in this stage of my life, where I'm at right now, to be an Israelite. And I want to start. I just got 5 precepts. I'm gonna start with Galatians 6:1. And it's to consider thyself. Because I went here because brothers was going in. I was letting me backing off of the points some brothers was making as far as like forgiving and not just following the crowd and being you feel me? I don't want to say chatty patty, but people get wrapped up in the wrong thing. Israel is personified, or I would say personified as sheep. Even as a woman, a foul woman, a woman, of no morals, and that's just meaning that you opening your quiver to every arrow. Right. You go into every, you hear, you supporting here. It's nothing wrong with support, but I'm gonna go down to precepts because you gotta let the word say it, but you gotta mind who your company, So if I could read Galatians 6:1.
Oh, we got it for you, brother. We got it.
The water.
Go ahead, somebody bring it.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 1 reads, Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted.
And really, this really goes all the way down, but for the sake of the time, I'm gonna just keep it short. You consider yourself, that's being considerate. That means when you think about somebody else or you seeing somebody else fall or not necessarily, walking their strongest walk, encourage them. Do whatever you can. And if you can't do anything for them, which you always can, you can pray for them, charity, uplift them, do anything. But if you can't find it in your spirit, just back away. You got that old saying, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Or, in this case, just get away from the crowd, because Israel is some sheep, man. And Israel is really drawn to drama in this day and age. Everybody wants to just be with the tea or talking about something, the hot tea. It got to be hot tea, hot things, topics that people want to consume and talk about. It's a good, way to put it, barbershop talk. But they use it in wickedness. We trying to build each other up here. But a lot of times, the majority of the time, 99.8% of the time in the society that we live in, people are not trying to build you up. They're just trying to waste your time talking about other things that don't require your attention. But they're stealing it from you if you're not considering yourself. Because anything else, if you're not doing it, it's not of the Most High. So if you're sitting there chatting about somebody's fall, or saying you should have did this, or they could have did this, or I would have never did this, you don't know what you would have did. You sitting there doing all of this, not considering yourself, because brother, sister, you don't feel how many times a day already? You know what I'm saying? That you had to repent from. But if somebody was sitting there talking about the times, just because it's not magnified, don't think that, you know what I'm saying, nobody's seeing it. Right. So with that, let's go to Hebrews 12:5. This is the part of the consideration that you should be considering. Understanding that you, as children of the Most High, as an Israelite, what it means to be an Israelite, you're coming in to understanding who you are. So it's a great responsibility that you have with being a child of God. And that responsibility is enduring the temptations of the trials, the chastity. So yeah, it's in Hebrews 12:5.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. Keep going.
No, I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, this can go on too as well, but that's for the sake of time. That's the point. That's the thing that you should consider. First of all, when you come into this truth, despise not the chastening, because you as an individual part, the piece of the body of Christ, of the body of Israel, making up that body, we have to be prepared for Christ when he come back. And you got your own, if you a fingernail, if you a eyebrow hair, whatever you are on the body of Christ, you gotta strive to be the best version of that. And the way you're going to become that is by trial, by fire. There's no other way. So don't despise that chastening, and in the same time, don't be over here chatting about nobody else's. You feel me? It's like just focus on getting better. Everybody's gonna fall. Everybody has seasons. The Most High is dealing with everybody the same way at different times, though. So when you up, don't think about, oh, I'm up. I would have never been down like that, brother. Sister, you're gonna be down.
Yeah.
Just remember, you feel me? So consider yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And be equally yoked. 2 Corinthians 6:14. We don't got to get there, but that is a precept that I was going to go to next, just to say that, to counter that, because the world will get you out of the righteousness of the wisdom of the scriptures. To counter that, be equally yoked with brothers and sisters, like-minded individuals, because you got to build yourself up, and you got to have people around you that want to see you do the best version of what you're called to do as an Israelite. And forgive one another, Colossians 3:13 on down to 17. And the biggest thing, I honestly, I never promote or nothing. I never did nothing like this ever. But I do make music. Brother Shaquat know that. And I just released a song actually maybe like 2 weeks ago, but it's called Drift. And it's based off of the last precept that I had, Revelations 18:4. And that precept says, if brothers want to read it, it says, come out. Okay, go ahead, babe.
We get it.
Guys, the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
And this is a watered down version, or I'm not gonna say a watered. This is an alternative way of looking at things, because your treasures are stored in heaven. You're not gonna get the attention or the numbers or the magnitude of what it feels like to be validated here in this society here right now. Your validation comes on Judgment Day. All your rewards, your treasures are stored in heaven. So you got to wait for everything to come out. But other than that, you can still enjoy the blessings of waking up, understanding that you're an Israelite, that you have the chance to repent. You've been graced with this life through the sacrifice of our King. And it's like, other than that, it ain't hard. You feel me? It ain't complicated. It's real simple. It's the opposite of the world. The world is confusion.
Right.
Feel me? So, as the Bible says, drift away from the world, come out of her, my people. Yeah, man, and it's on YouTube, it's on all platforms and everything like that. Like I said, I never, on my soul. I mean, I don't swear on nothing, but I promise you, I never did ever promote my music. But that's the thing that I think that I've been holding myself back from being in my head. And the world kind of taught me that, because what I knew from ever since I was young was that I had a talent, I had a gift, and I didn't have this gift for no reason. You feel me? So it's like, don't put it under a bushel. You got to put it out there. So if the Most High put it in your heart, go stream it. You feel me? It's just called Drift, and it's my name on all platforms. But yeah, man, it's just me doing the same thing, ministering through music. But I want to encourage brothers to do the same. Know yourself, and you're not going to know yourself by bonding in with the world or being it's a wide gate. that lead to destruction. It's a
Mm.
narrow road that lead to righteousness.
Right.
So you're not going to have a lot of support, but you got to appreciate the ones that you do, because it hit different when you know that you got brothers that's really solid.
Mm-hmm.
And sisters that's really solid, because
Yeah.
that's rare. It's really rare. Like you can't let it go over your head. You feel me? It's really rare. So it's like a treasure to be bonded up with brothers that do, you know, have your same frame of mind. And you can't take that for granted. So that's what it is to be an Israelite, is falling away from the world, understanding that you're going to be rejected, embracing that, and walking the good walk, fighting the good fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, all praises, man. Send me the song so I can well, text me. You got my number, so text me, and then I can download it and we can play it on here. We played one of your songs already. I never forget thy precepts.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. All praise to the Most High, for real.
Yeah, all praises, man. If you want to stay if you want to stay up here, you know,
I'm
so
about to go to sleep. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have y'all on in the background. I ain't been asleep since yesterday. Like, I had the babies. I still got it. They sleep, so I'm about to sleep for like
Hey,
2-3 hours while they sleep.
I know what that graveyard shit feel like, man. Believe me.
I can't sleep at all at night. I'll be trying. I'll be like, I woke up at like 4, like.
I feel it. Oh, all right, brother, man. You have a good rest of your day, man.
Hey, man, y'all too, man. Enjoy y'all Shabbat. Rest well. Most High bless me. Every one of y'all and y'all family, man. Y'all about to
Show up.
And to let me back off some points that he made, give me Matthew 6, start at verse 19.
Matthew 6, verse 19.
I guess. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 19, and it reads, Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
Yeah,
but
don't Slucky. Don't put your heart and soul into money, even though you do need this to live,
right.
You know. But if your focus is that, then that's your God now. You made that an idol.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Here, verse 24.
Well, Slucky, real quick, and you know, no, go ahead, finish. No, I'm gonna talk after that. Go ahead.
What verse you want, Cap?
20.
20 bit.
Yeah, 2021.
Gotcha. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through them nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will be your heart. There will your heart be also.
And to Barzial's point, you got to lay up your treasures in heaven, because that's gonna get you that pass. That's gonna get your sins wiped away. That's gonna get it to where the Most High is not gonna remember that no more. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And where your treasure is, that's where your heart be. So this mentality that we have of chasing a bag, or we got to get it. I got to get it by any means type stuff. That type stuff leads to you taking rides for money. You know what I'm saying? Like in the music industry and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so,
this brother went to the extreme.
No, I'm just saying though. Look, just like that TikTok that I put in the chat, the brotherhood chat that time, man.
Yeah.
Like dude was talking about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you chasing a bag and that becomes your idol, that becomes your God, like you'll do anything for it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I yield off that.
No, what I was gonna say was, so we having barbershop talk, right? So we just talking, and let's keep it real. Some people out there have money as their God, right? Let me explain. You in debt so much where you have to work 2 jobs, you don't get no rest, you know what I'm saying? Because you in an extreme amount of debt. Although you don't want to make money your God, right? You have to in a sense, right? I know that sounds crazy, but if you don't pay your bills, if you don't pay the stuff, or if you don't try to get out of debt, I mean, how are you going to get out of debt unless you working? Especially here in the Bay Area. You know what I mean? If you're not making enough money, but you spending more than you make, at some point, you know, you're either gonna have a nervous breakdown because you in debt so much, right? Or I don't know, you got these Edomites that just unalive themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so much pressure. You know, not only debt, but you got extracurricular activities, basketball camp, AAU that be traveling all over the country and cost $5,000 just to play in the game, and then you got to pay for the hotel, the flight, the room. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. Like that in today's society, everything is so expensive. And I don't want to say like you have to make money your God, because I mean, of course, you want to have faith that the Most High gets you out of that situation, but at the same time, it could be a lesson that He's trying to teach you.
Right. God.
It could be a lesson that He's trying to teach you. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna yield there. Any brothers got something else to say about that? Go ahead.
Yeah, Salaki. We was just talking about that last night. So going into money being it could be a God. Let me get 1 Timothy 6:10, and I'm shooting out the hip though. And then let me get John chapter 12, verse 4. Yeah, when you do too much, money is a defense. So money is not a bad thing to have. You need money, to prosper, etc. Like Most High told us in Jeremiah 29, get wives, build houses, build gardens, and for all that, it takes money. But He also told us to till the land, etc., and work. And anything you find your hand to do it to the best of your ability, which requires work. Also, we can have 7 streams of income according to King Solomon. So, money's not a bad thing. It's just the spiritual implication on it, though. It can turn bad. Go ahead and read that, please.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, that chapter 6 and verse 10, and it reads, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows."
That many sorrows can be a lot of different things, because if you don't have any type of financial discipline, sexual discipline, period, it can, pierce you a lot of different ways. And ultimately leads you to sorrow, which will be, the lake of fire. An example of that, go to John 12 and 4. And then, Kwa, if you don't mind, give me Matthew 24.
It's the book of John, chapter 12 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then saith one of His disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray Him. Is that what you want?
Yeah, keep going. Down to 6.
All right, Con. Why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? Then he said, not that He cared for the poor, but because He was a thief and had the bag.
He had the what?
and had the bag.
Man, Judas had that money bag. So, with that being said, chasing that bag is the problem too. That can get you in a lot of things. Where's the count? Go to Matthew. I want to say Matthew 26, maybe.
Matthew 26.
Yeah, I'm looking. I think maybe. Let's see. I think 26. Start at verse 14.
God. It's the book of Matthew 26 and verse 14, and it reads, "Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests and said unto them, What will ye give me, and I will deliver him unto you? Unto the chief priests. And they coveted it with him for 30 pieces of silver. And from that time he sought opportunity to betray him."
Right. Salaki, I'm sorry, real quick. Hey, Knock, turn your YouTube down, and we can't see your screen. You on the screen. You're on the live, but I can't see your screen. Or just mute your mic. All right, go ahead. Salakia, my bad.
No, you're good. I think it's another account. I wasn't looking for that one, but we still can use that one. So the whole thing was he set Christ up for money. His whole motivating factor was monetary gain, and he went and sinned against Christ. But the account I was looking for is when he went back to the elders of the city, and he tried to give him that money. He's like, "What this got to do with us? That's on you. We don't want this blood money." But after he started really thinking, and it clicked, like, "Dang, I didn't sin for some money," and he tried to get money out. Yeah, exactly. But the whole thing, being in love with money, it can lead you, make you do things that you really don't want to do. So ultimately, like I was told when I was young, sin to take you further you want to go and keep you longer than you want to stay. So shit, don't play with that. But you.
Hey, Salakia, my brother Yahweh Dawa in the chat made a good point. Where it says sometimes he takes away so he can add to you, and couldn't add to you unless he took you away from certain things or people. You know, sometimes in this walk, the Most High is going to take you through that refining process. He's going to purge some things out of you, things that are not supposed to be there in your life, things that are not supposed to interrupt your progress or anything like that. And you got to respect that, because it's almost as though like the Most High is trying to draw your attention somewhere to where you weren't paying attention to it before, because you got a distraction that's been impeding your progress, right? And it rings so true. And I can probably attest to it myself. There's certain things that I've even asked the Most High for, and I got my answer. And even though I didn't like the answer that I got, it moved me into a position where my life has improved, my health has improved, my situations have improved, my mental capacity has improved. And I'm just speaking off of my own personal testimony. The Most High will do stuff like this. Right. Because number one, he's trying to get your attention. Sometimes we'll get into those things where we get distracted and we take the eye off of the ball, just like in that example with Peter when he was on the water, right, with Christ. He took his eyes off Christ. His attention went towards the wind, and he started to sink, and he started losing faith, right? Sometimes the Most High is trying to make sure that you keep your eyes steadily on him, you know, seeking after him and his understanding and not your own. So we got to kind of like really look into these particular things and really feel out for the Most High. Is the Most High really trying to pull my attention somewhere else? And you can't get frustrated when stuff like that happens. Maybe that particular opportunity wasn't meant for you. If you were given that opportunity, maybe you probably would have fell into a destructive path with other things that could have taken you away from the presence of the Most High, right? You got to take those things into consideration. But that's a good point, Brother Yahweh Dawa. I appreciate that.
There was a precept I was thinking of where he says, I think it's in Zechariah, I think 13, either 8 or I think it's verse 9, but it says that he's going to refine you like gold or something like that. Matter of fact,
Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9. You got it right out of line.
Yeah.
And it reads, and I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried.
So this is talking about the 2/3. When you read verse 8, it's talking about the 2/3, right? That the 2/3 are going to be cut off, but that 1/3 is going to remain, and he's going to try you, right? Read that one more time, Salakia.
Time. Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
Right. So think about it like this, right? I mean, none of us know for sure if we are the 1/3, right? And then there's also I think it's in Peter where is it Peter? Or he says no, it's Hebrews, I think chapter 12, where he says that if you're not being chastised, you're a bastard, right? I think it's Hebrews 12. Could be wrong. But anyway, so none of us know if we're the 1/3, right? We don't know if we're the 2/3. But think about it like this. This is how I take this scripture. The trials that we go through, right? It's a lesson. There has to be a lesson in plan. I mean, a lesson to learn from. You know, whether you're in debt, whether you are having issues with your wife, your kids, your job, whatever the case may be, right? And this right here, these issues that we're going through, is to make us wiser, better, you know, refined as silver and gold. You know what I mean? And it's also to bring us closer to the Most High, because that's what He wants us to do, is to depend on Him. You know what I mean? It's easier said than done for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, you know, they love God, they depend on God, so forth and so forth. But when they going through trials and stuff, they don't really be reaching out like that. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm gonna give you a personal example, right? Like in my network, I know tons of people that do all kind of crazy stuff, right? But I can never put the two together. As of, I know somebody who does contracting. I know somebody who's real estate agents. I know people that make music. I know artists. I know this. I know that. Right. My issue is always trying to keep the relationship and putting everything together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, to
coordinating everything, right? So I have the problem of reaching out to people, right? Like it's hard for me to keep reaching out to somebody, right? So the same thing with the Most High God. When brothers and sisters is going through stuff, not everybody knows how to have that that relationship to reach out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Although we might sit here and say,
okay,
I believe in God, or you know, I do this, I do that for the Lord, but do you really have a relationship with Him to where when you're going through something, you might be holding all the anger in, you might be, you know, whatever the case may be. Do you have that relationship to where you just break down and reach out to the Lord? You know what I mean? That's the point that I'm you know, trying to say and whatnot. She got the Keziah's help. Your rib got a good point right here, man. Confess your faults to one another, right? You can go to your brother, talk to your brother, talk to your sister. You know, I bring that out like all the time. You know what I mean? And confess what's going on, so they can pray for you. You know what I'm saying? They can pray for you, right?
That too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Proverbs 11:14, and it reads, "Where there is no counsel, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors, there is safety."
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, always that's pretty much playing upon tables. Try to get a second opinion. Don't counsel yourself, as you end up torturing yourself most of the time. Like it's saying, Wisdom of Solomon.
He's dying.
That's right, man. That's right. This was the precept I was talking about in Hebrews, right? If you endure chastening, God deals with you with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastens not? Right. So if the Lord is bringing you, what's the next verse? Verse 8. That was the point. Get Hebrews 12:8.
It's the book of Hebrews chapter 12.
Real quick. Like I said, you know, we moving in the spirit, man. You know, what's the requirement to become an Israelite or to be an Israelite on men and women's sides? You know what I'm saying? I started off with knowing that we have to fear the Most High. We got to keep His commandments, right? And we here talking about being chastised, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, man, we just moving in the spirit. I would love a sister to come up here and, you know, to give us their opinion on what they think a requirement is to be an Israelite, right? I'm gonna put the link in the chat one more time. And you know, if you want to come up, you know, say your piece, and you know, we're gonna be moving in the spirit. So go ahead, read 7 and 8 together.
This book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 7, and it reads, if ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastened not?
Right. So the Most High deals with you when you're going through all this stuff you're going through, man. Like I said, the Most High is trying to teach you a lesson, and he's trying to deal with you as he would, you know, you would treat your son, right?
Right.
You know, he's telling you, yo, don't overeat. And you overeat, what happened? Now you about to have a heart attack. You got high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? He's teaching you a lesson. Yo, I told you don't overeat, man. Don't eat these type of foods, but you don't want to listen. Right? Keep going.
Verse 8. But if you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons.
Yo, if the Most High ain't putting you through something, it's like you're a bastard, man. You ain't got no father. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say, be thankful that you going through something, because if the Most High ain't dealing with you, what they say? What they call you? You bugged out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we say, man. That's what we say. Hey, Keziah, is it all right if your rib come up?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, come on. You know, gotta ask, man. Gotta ask.
Oh, for sure. I appreciate the hospitality and respect, but yes, sir. She good.
What's going on, sister? How you doing?
Hi, I'm well. How about you guys? Shalom. Ashar Shabbat.
Shalom.
Shabbat, sister. How you doing?
So, the question is, from a woman's perspective, a sister's perspective, what are the requirements to be an Israelite?
First and foremost, which I believe is for both genders, sexes, whatever. Humility. Submitting yourself, of course, all of us have to submit to God. As a woman, we have to completely undo, no matter as many years of damage as Babylon has given you before you came into the truth. So you have to really just try to relearn life, to become a new creature, submitting yourself to your husband, which isn't really, don't do that, Jazzy. It isn't really something that's taught in the world, you know, as we all know, as we all see. Just, it can be a brand new experience. It's definitely humbling to let go and let God, as they say in the Christian world. But it's necessary, very, very necessary. Without that, you are destined to fight your calling, so to speak. Like, we've all been called here. If you heard the truth, if you've received this word as the truth, and God has called you to walk in this light, then anything that you're doing that is not humbling down and submitting completely is basically just fighting your calling, and you're just slowing you're hindering your progress. So, you know, try to go faster than to bump your head. So, of course, humility, grace, forgiveness for your brothers and sisters, and I mean, that's, you would think it's easy. It's something that, you know, you do in the world, or that should be done in the world, but that the spirit of, you know, oh, you know, I don't have to deal with this type, you know, we have that on levels of friendship, we have that on levels of marriage, all throughout, you know, Israel and the world, in certain cases. So I think that's a big requirement as well. Just really focusing and locking in on the Most High is another requirement, because, you know, as they say, you know, there's always at least 3 people in a marriage. It's gonna be you, your spouse and the Most High God. So, or I won't say always. There should be at least 3 people in a marriage.
Right.
So, with that being said, you had to take time and set that space to give God His time to work and have that patience. Having a whole new outlook on strength that we never expected. I'm sure a lot of us, as far as it takes a lot of work, especially from a woman's perspective, really running a household, really being a helpmeet for your husband in, taking care of his needs, his wants, his desires, balancing the kids, balancing work, because Esau, and of course the Proverbs 31 woman does work, but at this point it's more of a requirement to stay afloat for both parties to work most of the time. So yeah, I mean, just trying to learn balance, learn patience and grace, put away everything that you learn in the world. I feel like, some people I've seen, some women struggle with modesty, and I've heard about, people struggling with keeping the laws, and, people having to fight their spouse to keep some of the more basic laws. So it's, having grace and being apt to teach as well, being there for your sisters and your fellow brethren, to be available and give that feedback, that help, be there with the scripture. And then that's another part of balance, because with all this going on in your own house, it's kind of hard to keep in rotation. Like I try to keep in, I say, a rotation of reaching out to sisters, checking on them. And, like everybody that I talk to knows, like, I may not talk to you every day, every week, every month, but I'm still here. I still love you. I'm gonna contact you when I can. If not, reach out to me if you need something. I'm gonna continue to pray for you. I don't want you on camera.
Salakia, sister, let me ask you a question. Now, you being married, what does it look like to submit?
It looks like, how can I say?
Like, what are some duties that a wife can do to show that she submits to her husband?
Being open to communication, open to positive and negative feedback. Really working on making that happen, because it doesn't come naturally to us Babylonian trained Israelites. So it doesn't, like, you really have to focus and hone in. You need to fast and you need to pray, and you have to really ask the Most High God to remove all the spirits from the world. You really have to fast on make my thoughts like his thoughts. Make us, I want to have the same mind as my husband. I want to go your way, Most High God. I don't want to do my own thing, constantly rejecting all the spirits that are coming at you every day. And in doing so, that's how you kind of get over those knee-jerk reactions of it wasn't, I didn't try to, I was going to, I don't feel like doing this or whatever. Even if you aren't saying it out loud, if you're saying it in your head, Hamashiach Yahushai already told us what's in our heart is as good as done. So, rebuking those thoughts immediately if you are having something going like that, where your head's telling you something and you feel kind of like a twinge of, I don't feel like as soon as you and the big key is literally being right on top of it. Don't let anything fester. And I think us coming out of the world just put so much faith and strength in ourselves, our faith in our own strength, that we're going to be able to do this. We're just going to be able to power through. We're going to be able to just change how we are. You know, all we got to do is just, well, next time I'm not going to do that, or I'm going to work harder on it. And it's like, no, you literally have to go to God. You have to go to God, because he's the only one that can really break you down to build you up. And it is a breakdown process to get you to where he wants you to be. And it should be, it needs to be, because we are filthy. I don't know about everybody. I think probably most, if not all of Israel is probably multiple death sentences in before we came into this truth. So, you know, why shouldn't he have to really break us all the way down like a, you know, like they say, a horse in training? Please stop doing that, sir. And to get us broken, and you know, you get that contrite and broken heart, and you know, then you're crying out, then you're really, you know, on the floor begging and pleading. So you know, before it may take all that, but if it doesn't take all that for you, then please you know, first and foremost, just go to God immediately. If you feel anything that's not just the fruits of the Spirit, you have to run. You have to run to him and ask him for help to cleanse you of all this stuff that we came into the truth with.
You know, it's all right. You know, it's a worldly couple, but you know, you guys know who Gucci Mane is?
Yeah.
Gucci Mane and his wife, what's her name? Cashapp, I think.
Kashaya. Yeah, kind.
Right. So she had a little interview, right? And the person asked her, how do you submit to Gucci, right? And she says she studies him. Right. And it really stuck out to me, because she goes, I study him. I know what he wants when he wakes up. I know what he wants before he goes to bed. I put out his clothes that he's going to wear, all the financial stuff. Like I take care of it for him. You know what I'm saying? The food that he eats, I know what he wants to eat, when he wants to eat it, how he likes his food, so forth and so forth. Right. And like I said, it stuck out to me, her answer, because to me, that's what submission looks like to me. Knowing your husband, studying your husband. When he walks into the house, you see the look on his face, you know what's going on. You know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? You know if he had a bad day at work. You know if he looked frustrated. You know when he happy, sad, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Studying your husband, man. That's real important to submitting in my eyes. You know what I mean? What you think, sister?
Oh, definitely. As part of that concerted effort to, you know, being a good wife, you know, that I was thinking more of the spiritual side, but yeah, on the physical side, like, you know, just anybody coming in the world, even like you say, it's Gucci Mane and his wife, like in the world, even it's like, you know, that you have to, if you want to love somebody, you need to know them and to love them well, you know, like, so you definitely want to have a mindful eye and really be in tune to, you know,
what's going on,
what's what, like, yeah, like, what's the
you know,
business? What's their
what's
desires?
going on?
What makes them tick? What makes them, you know, happy? You know, because as most married people know, it's like it's about the little things. Either letting the little things go, or the little things that make them remember that you know them so well, and you know this is special to them. So it's like the little things mean a lot in a lot of ways. So in order to see those little things, you have to be observant and desirous of making a change or making something happen for your partner.
But you know, and you know, also, you know, it's on vice versa, right? Like the husbands, we obviously have to be leaders, right? But as a leader, I'm supposed to know the people that's under me, right?
Best way to coach. You gotta know how to coach.
You gotta know how to coach. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to coach. You got to know the people that's under you. So as a leader in my household, any man, I feel that a man should know his wife as well, should know his kids. You know what I mean? Know when she look just out of it. You know what I'm saying? Know when she look happy, the whole nine, what she want to eat. You got to know how to cook too, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to cook too, man. Right? And this is just me. Some brothers might think opposite of what I think. It has to be, although I am the leader, it still has to be a what's the word? Like an equal playing field in a sense. You know what I'm saying? When if she got the kids all day, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and wash the dishes, and I'm gonna cook some food, so forth and so forth. You know what I mean? So there has to be a balance on both sides. You know what I mean? Well, I appreciate you being on stage, sister. You have a good rest of your Shabbat, and in the words, I'm gonna try to make a joke here. In the words of Ice Cube on what movie? Boys in the Hood. Keep them babies out the street. Keep them babies out the street.
All right, you guys, stay safe, stay blessed, and take care.
All right, shalom.
Shalom, sister. Shalom. Hey, Salakia, real quick. That was a major point, man. One of the things definitely I think we have to do as a people all the way around, man, is pay attention. Pay attention. Sometimes we get, again, going back to the distractions and things, sometimes we get so distracted at times, man. And the sister did say a lot, like you definitely got to pay attention to what's going on and what's happening around you. This goes back into like being a genuine brother and a sister to each other. And that's how a family is built. You're paying attention to what that person may be going through. You're paying attention to their mannerisms. You're seeing what's happening with them. And you think to yourself, well, dang, how can I at least try to lighten that load on that brother or that sister or my husband or my wife? How do I do that? Well, let's sit down and actually talk about those things. Is there anything that I can do for you? Little subtle things like that. You just walk in, you come in that house or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you see that they didn't had a bad day or whatever is on their face. Hey, is everything okay? Is there anything I can do for you? Just taking a small step towards saying that you're paying attention to them and you care about them, you care about their needs, man. That goes a long way in any relationship that you're in. So, I'll yield there. Just wanted to speak towards that.
Any brothers got anything else to say, man?
Kind of wanted to land me back on what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, go ahead.
As far as checking up on brothers and sisters, because I know I'm not great at it, but I know when I do, it's like me and Kazai, shit, I call him, check up on him, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's gonna be a 5-minute conversation. It's a damn 2-hour conversation, you know what I'm saying? and damn, we both saying, yeah, we needed that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's good. That's a good point. And that fire you was talking about, get me Wisdom of Solomon 3, start at verse 4.
God. Mm-hmm.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 4, and it reads, "In our name, Salakia, 3 and 4, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Keep on.
And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself."
Next verse.
As gold in a furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering.
So this is going to the trials, the fire that you're gonna go through. You know, your trial is your trial. Your fire is your fire. He's molding you to get into the kingdom. So it's like your trial is specific to you. You know what I'm saying? And you can also use that as testimony because other people may be going through the same thing. Right. But he's molding you to get the kingdom. You know, that endurance is really serious because you have to endure to the end to get it. But you're gonna go through a lot of fire to get it too. You know what I'm saying? Jump to verse 9.
Verse 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness.
La. Verse 9.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It's a lot here. Verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect.
So this fire that he's putting you through, he's gonna take care of you at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that endurance you gotta have, that faith, that belief, that faith, that trust you have to have. You know what I'm saying? To get through it, because it can get bad. Because like you got family members that'll turn on you, you got kids that'll turn on you. Like it can get real bad. You feel like the weight of the world is on you. You know what I'm saying? So, but my favorite is when I'm going through something is you can get Romans 8:28.
And I hope y'all writing these precepts down, man. Don't just let brothers be bringing these out and y'all ain't writing nothing down.
That shit out there like Bluetooth.
Yep.
Romans 8 verse 28. Whenever you want me to take off, Cap, let me know.
Yeah, you good.
It's the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 28, and it reads, and we know that all things work together for the good of them that love the Most High, to them who are called according to his purpose.
So the stuff that you're going through, because we were talking about when the Most High take people away, add people to you. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you're going through, this pretty much sums up the fire that you're going through. It is for your good. You know, if you keep your eye, if you keep on that straight and narrow path. You know what I'm saying? But I yield off that.
So like to jump into just to let me back on what you were saying about the punishment and everything. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, starting at verse 12, and this is in the GNT. So walk with me. It says, I beg you not to become discouraged as you read about the terrible things that have happened. Consider that this was the Lord's way of punishing his people and not destroying them. In fact, it is a sign of kindness to punish a person immediately for his sins, rather than to wait a long time. The Lord does not treat us as he does other nations. He waits patiently until they have become deeply involved in the sin before he punishes them. But he punishes us before we have sinned too much. So the Lord is always merciful to us, his own people. Although he punishes us with disaster, he never abandons us. So just going into let me back off what you're saying. You know, it's a good thing to get punished by the Lord and chastened.
So, yeah, and that was fire right there.
It's another precept in Peter where he talks about in a second. I think it's 2 Peter. Where he's saying the Most High likes if you going through something and like it, man, I don't want to misquote it. I'll drop it. Don't worry about it. I'll find it.
Yes, sir.
I'll find it. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, that's all I had on that one.
Okay, come. Yeah, if any, is this it? Let me see. Better for them not to know. No, that's not it. Anyways, so if anybody else got something to say real quick, I put the link in the chat. What is the requirement to be an Israelite? We wasn't planning to be on here too long. Go ahead and click the link if you want to say something, want to talk about anything. Like I said, we just having a little barbershop talk, and yeah, man.
Salakia. Let me get Wisdom Solid 12 and 2.
I do got one other thing that we haven't touched yet.
One
and
second.
I think okay,
What'd you say, Shamar?
Yeah, let me get Wisdom Solomon 12 and 2.
Wisdom of Solomon 12, verse 2.
Yeah, kind.
Okay, kind. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and verse 2, and it reads, "Therefore chastenest thou them by little, and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they have believed on thee, O Yahweh."
So the Most High, he chastened us little by little before he put that hammer down. You know what I'm saying? And really put that hammer down. Okay, you don't want to listen. Okay, now I'm finna put the hammer down on you. So, okay, get your attention. You know what I'm saying? So that mercy that Kazai was talking about that he has for us, like he has a lot of mercy because he could take us out at any time. But that chastening little by little, he's trying to get your attention. But if you don't, then you got to put the hammer down. And then, you know what I'm saying? I get off that.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the process of cognition with kids. Like we some bad little kids in a sense. That's why the fear of the Lord is important. You gotta fear the Most High, because if not, we're gonna try to process cognition, start poking and see what we can get away with. A little here, maybe here. Oh, no, that hurt. I ain't like that too much. Yeah. When I did that, man, he did something to me over there. Like, so you just, you kind of want to stay on top of things. Like you say in Sirach chapter 7, verse 36. Matter of fact, I'm gonna run it real quick. It's the book of Sirach chapter 7 and verse 36, and it says, "Whatsoever thou takest in hand, remember the end, and thou shalt never do amiss." So that should always be on your mind too. Is this conducive to the situation? Is this going to piss God off? Is this going to please him, etc.? So, but I
found it. Slakia. 1 Peter 2 and 19. Now this is crazy right here, man. This is crazy. Go ahead and read that.
The book of 2 Peter.
First Peter 2 and 19.
Go ahead, I got it.
Yes, sir. The book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 19, and it reads, "For this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience toward the Most High endure grief, suffering wrongfully."
So it says it's thankworthy for a man to endure grief, suffering wrongfully. What y'all think that means?
Which one we said? 19?
Yep. For a man to endure grief, suffering wrongfully. It says it's thankworthy.
I think God bless you for that.
Yeah. I mean, for something, because you got to think about that. Yahushua did that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing wrong. He took that for us, for our sins. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Job.
Okay. I'm gonna explain it, but we'll go ahead and read verse 20.
For what glory is it if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently?
Mm-hmm.
But if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with the Most High.
So it's like this. It's thankworthy that, and the Most High accepts this when, let's say you're doing wrong, right? And you get punished for doing wrong. And you're just like, man, like what's going on? Why am I being punished? When you know you was doing wrong, right? But then on the other side is when you're being punished for doing right. And you take it like, damn, the Most High is putting me through this for whatever reason, and I'm just going to take it on the chin.
Right.
That's thankworthy of the Most High. What it say at the end? That is acceptable with God. That you taking this punishment, like you said, like Christ, and he ain't did nothing wrong, you ain't did nothing wrong,
Right.
that's thankworthy, or that's acceptable, or that's acceptable with the Most High God. That you taking this punishment, and exactly humility, right? You taking this punishment, and you ain't even supposed to be taking this punishment. Like I give you an example. Like, let's say me and Kawal, we sitting here, we at the store, and we end up robbing the store, right? And I say, when we get police come, we get caught. And I say, look, man, I'm gonna take this bid for you. I know you got a family. I know you got a this and that, right? But I was just an accessory. I wasn't doing nothing, right? Kawal come in the store. Everybody put your hands up, right? Give me the money. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? But we get caught. But I take the bid.
Right.
And I don't snitch on Kawal. Right? I'm taking this punishment. I'm taking it on the chin. And the Most High, that's acceptable to the Most High, man. Right? I didn't know Kawal was going to rob this store. I didn't know Kawal was going to do all that. He just told me, hey, we're going to go to the store real quick. You want to come? All right, cool. Right? That's exactly what this is saying, man. And we, like I said earlier, we have to go through things and learn the lesson. Now, after this, I ain't messing with Kawal no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't messing with Kawal no more, right? But yeah, man, we have to go through things, and sometimes we just gotta take it on the chin. Right. So I think this was a great talk. You know, we hit kind of different points. We had a sister come up here and explain her reasoning on what's the requirement to be an Israelite. And I wish some more sisters would have came up, if they could. I think we're gonna do something like this again sometime soon. It might be next week. It might not be. It might not be next week. It might be the week after. But I think we had some good interaction. Yeah, man. Anybody else got something to say? Any closing arguments or any precepts y'all want to bring out?
I think I got one out of one. It's something that we always got to touch on when we talk about requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody grab 1 Samuel 15 and
22.
Yeah, go to 22.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 22. And Samuel said, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
Obedience, 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 obedience. Some of us here in Israel got a problem with that, man. Some of our people got a problem with that. Obedience. The Most High commanded, you are to do it, right? And it's one of the major reasons of why we're in these curses and everything, man. We're trying to get out of these curses. So what's the best way to get out of the curses? Is to be obedient to what he commanded you to do, right? Read verse 23.
For rebellion is as of the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness as in iniquity and idolatry.
Stop right there. For rebellion is the sin as of witchcraft. Witchcraft, like, come on, man. And you're not gonna suffer a witch to live, man, for real. Y'all know these laws. Y'all know these laws, man, and y'all know the requirements of them. If you break them, if you do them, like, y'all know what's up. We gotta be obedient. And the next part is and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. And what is idolatry? Like, you really got to think about these things, man. For real. It's that serious. Read on, Chazaya.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he have also rejected thee from being king.
Now we understand that this is in regards to what King Saul did. Right. He was told to do something. He was told to go into that town and slaughter everything. But then he turned around and he kept what he kept. thinking that, oh, well, you know, I can sacrifice this to the Lord. No, the Most High gave you a direct command.
That's it.
And you got to do what he told you to do. And then it's just so symbolic because he rejected King Saul of being king. So when we are doing the exact opposite of what the Most High told us to do, he rejects us. Because now we're out of pocket.
Right.
Right? So just take that into consideration, man. Y'all want to get back to your loyalty. Your royalty and be in leadership and rulership. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. This is a perfect example of that, man. Be obedient to what he said so we can get up out of here. Understand? I get it.
So I get too. I agree with you though. I don't think shit, even in context what it's saying, but even on a double fold like Job 11:6, because if you go to Exodus 19:6, he said he's gonna make us a kingdom of kings and priests. So you know what I'm saying, but that's still contingent. You still got to follow certain, you know, a criteria to get to that. So if you don't, he's gonna reject you from being king. So I fit perfect. Let me tell it.
So I was doing things like keeping me. That's all right. It's great. Oh man. Where is that? There we go. Oh my goodness. But man, I appreciate you brothers, man. We got to do this again sometime. I wish Aharon was here. You know, he always liked to give his opinion on stuff. So, you know, next time. I appreciate everybody getting on the class today. Man, if y'all like this type of classes or these type of conversations, man, put a 7 in the chat, you know, so we can plan on putting something like this again, you know. Okay, Khan. Y'all. Put a 7 in the chat if you like these type of conversations, you know. The water for your continued living. Yep, no doubt, man, no doubt. All right, man. I guess we're gonna close it out, man. Let's get that Daniel 7:18.
All right.
Somebody got it?
God. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18, and it reads, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." By Shema Mashiach Yahushua.
That's right, man. That's right. We're gonna take the kingdom forever, man. Well, I'm your Captain Shaquat. Where we want to go next?
I was just Shemaiah.
Soldier Kawal.
I'm your servant, Kazai.
God, man, we are the Anointed House of Saints, and have a good Shabbat. You know, whenever I'm on, you know, I always gotta plug something. You know what I mean? Always gotta plug something. You know, y'all make sure after the Shabbat, right? Tomorrow, y'all go and get these smooth like butter. You know what I'm saying? I got 17 different scents and 1 unscented, and actually in the next month, I'm dropping the 2-ounce bottles, right? Because normally I got a 4-ounce and an 8-ounce, but I'm dropping the 2 ounces. I'm trying to get them ready because they're gonna be sample packs, right? I'm gonna sell four 2-ounce bottles for $25, right? These are sample sizes, so you know you figure out what you want, then you go ahead and order the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Smooth like butter. Go check that out. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Smooth Like Butter Collection. You know, always got to give a plug out. You know what I'm saying? So with that, man, y'all have a good rest of y'all Shabbat and happy new moon. I love y'all, man. And shalom.
Shalom. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music. black skin, black stars, black Jesus, black music, black music, black music, black music, black music, black music, black music.
He ran out here instantly.
Hey.
Hey, you remember this time, goddamn. I had to text you.